Hi Libras, and welcome to your October 2018 General Tarot Forecast. This is Sky here to give you guys hopefully another amazing reading for your month ahead. And happy birthday to those of you who are aging up in this month. You have so many opportunities to truly rise from whatever ashes you may have been experiencing, as well as really optimizing the experience that has entered into your life now, as I really feel that this month makes a difference for Libra out of everyone. And I think that Libra time in general provides most of the collective with a really grand opportunity to experience a difference in life and to experience life in a new type of lens. I really feel that we're preparing for the transformative energy of Scorpio in Libra time in a way that we might have really wanted to a long time ago. I think that the tables have shifted in a way that we truly can grab the bull by the horns, in essence, when it comes to what we want to accomplish and the goals that we want to achieve or generate here and now. And I think that Libra, at the epicenter of all of this during your time of the year, really clicks things into place and really calibrates and evens out the scales, as I'm seeing the Libra scales like in balance and not too out of balance, giving many people the opportunity to change and rise above. And what does that mean for you yourself, Libra? Because you might be seeing that you need to rise above a few things. I feel that most Libras, probably like 95% at least of Libras, are surrounded by a lot of people who might be siphoning some of that energy off. You might feel like there are some emotional vampires around you. You might feel like people are even addicted to you or are addicted to what you provide to their lives. And I think that you are more wanted right now than you've been in a while. Very magnetic, very magnanimous, very attractive. So for those of you who are single, you might see that many people want to be with you. You might see that even just platonic relationships, people really want to be in your presence at all times. And there might be a need to detach from that a little bit and start to work on solitude in a new way. Certainly, this is a time where I feel that relationships need to be processed, regardless of what kind of relationships they are, because there are maybe some connections to certain people that are not good anymore or not positive anymore. And it may not be quite obvious yet, but I feel that October does make that obvious. I see straight to the devil reversed and Nine of Wands. Nine of Wands has been coming up for a lot of people this month. So we really are thinking about what we're choosing to endure in life, what we can endure, what we are willing to sacrifice, or the energy that we're willing to use to establish a certain end. So what means justify what ends for you this month, Libra? It's a good to look at. Is your home environment in shambles while your business environment is perfection and pristine? Is there a balance there? And is the endurance that you have to utilize in the home environment worth the money that you make if you can't have a nice environment funded by that money? Such things as that. And that may not be the correct circumstance for everyone, but I sense that a lot of things can be in shambles and then things can be perfect in different sectors of your life. And there's not a lot of in between. And this is the month where you really orient yourself with that gray zone and prepare to go into Scorpio time and really implement those differences. Okay, Libras, so big emotional evolution happening. You are anew. You might find that you're getting more emotional about things this month. You have Page of Cups, so that says to me that there are more emotional people coming into your life, and not really emotionally heavy people, but you might see that you're crying at movies about dogs or something. There's a sense of emotional youth in this month, and it's going to be important to let those reactions determine the types of relationships that are around as well. Do you find that when something really small happens with a friendship or even a romantic relationship that you're wanting to cry or you're wanting to become really upset, it could be interesting to look at that relationship in a new format. Does this relationship need to be something else? Does this relationship need to be present in the way that it is? Because am I really happy? If I am feeling this way, do I need to feel this way? Do I need this stimulus in my life? Do I need something to trigger me to feel this way? Libra is all about stimulus. Libra is all about the triggers in life that result in certain actions. So Justice is also in your reading this month, which is your card. Really happy to see during Libra time, to me, that says that this is a really positive time of balance again. Do notice how Two of Swords, though, covers up the scales, because the scales are even and in balance with Justice. And it says to me that the only way that you inhibit your balance is by being too guarded or too willing to turn a blind eye to something. It's definitely time to see everything in your life, all the structures, all the experiences. It's time to see it and speak it as well, because I'm kind of losing my voice a little bit in this reading, and I haven't been using it too much. So it says to me that things might be difficult to say, or there might be a sense of not vocalizing things enough. So vocalize things, see things for what they are, and you will see that things start to come into balance, and the new beginnings that you've needed will come. I'm going to go ahead and get into the week-to-week portion of this reading, and we will get more specific. In the first week of October, Libras, you have the Devil reversed, rooted down by Page of Cups. So it says emotional vampirism to me. Like, really look out for the types of people who are really latching onto your energy. And are you doing this as well? Like, are you needing emotional stimulus to thrive? Are you feeling just bored or sense of void if there's not an emotional stimulus around? You are being reborn. You are renewing your emotional energy here and now. So it's going to be important to remove whatever pulls you back to a period in time where emotional energy is unhealthy. It's also going to be important to look at what you feel you can't evade in life. So what you feel like you're falsely connected to, things that you feel forced to do in life that you don't want to do, those things can fall through really easily right now, which is a good thing. It's very easy to become unaddicted to something or someone if you just put in a slight amount of effort. That's been one of the overwhelming positive things that I've been talking about with Jupiter and Scorpio, is the ability to easily end that which is unproductive, because it's a natural ending energy, an expansion of ending capacities. So yes, that can be quite tragic in certain scenarios, but used and channeled positively or healthily, you can really see that things that have held you down for a long time very easily come to an end, and you can flourish so much more and make the difference that you've wanted. That's going to be a period of time where that might need to happen in the first week of October. It should be very clear. Week number 2, you have Justice rooted down by Ace of Wands. I love that energy for you all. But, that's planted right in the epicenter of Libra time, and I feel like you're just really soaking in your natal energy. I really think that justice can definitely be served during that time. I think that you get what you deserve, and I think that if you felt like you haven't been properly compensated, you are during that time. You get a sort of maybe a back payment, or if you've loaned somebody something, they will give it back to you. It's also a time where you could ask for a favor. I feel like if you've needed something from someone, I think that it would be lucky and benevolent to ask then if it's something that is fair. Things have to be fair. Make sure that what you're asking for is fair. That's an interesting thing for Libra right now. What makes something fair to you? What are your values and virtue in relation to that? I think that it can be redefined here and become more healthy too. And I also sense that that becomes creative, like really getting creative with what you consider to be right and just for you in your life. And maybe evolving what that represents too could be nice. So maybe you've had a bit of an unrealistic expectation of someone. It doesn't mean that you are flawed in that thinking, but it does perhaps mean that you are just setting yourself up to be disappointed if someone can't be what you need them to be. So really expanding and getting underneath your expectations of yourself and others really gives you a sense of strong happiness during that time of the month. In the third week, Libra, you have the Fool rooted down by Nine of Wands. So a bit hesitant to start anew, a bit hesitant to take on a new endeavor or a new beginning, as you're worried that you will have to work as hard, or that it will be a repeating theme of something that you worked for a really long time and couldn't quite finish. So definitely get into lasting power, endurance training, cardio training. Anything that builds your body's systems is going to be important, because I think that for the whole of society and the collective right now, this is a month of health too. So we're really making the changes for the health. At this point in time, it's not even so much about implementing a new strategy or a new template. It's about actually experiencing the differences and the changes. So, if you're listening to this, especially in late September, it's really important to start implementing and strategizing how you can be more healthy. Whether that deals with your physical body. And for most people, it actually does. It's more of a physical thing than it even is an emotional thing because they tend to overlap. But it's emotional for some people too, and it's both for everyone. But what healthy structures do you need? And by this time in the third week, how can they be making a difference? Because I feel that what you think you can handle and what you actually can are two different things, Libra. And I think that it's going to be important for you to obviously not overexert yourself, but to also remember the strength that you do have and not too readily accept defeat when something is not completed, because I think that you are called to have lasting power and staying power in a certain situation so that you can start over. And maybe that's just honoring a commitment to yourself of starting over or of beginning when it's time. I don't think that you should be avoiding new beginnings or avoiding new options, because I think that that's where most of your magic is. You have all of that major arcana, the devil, justice, and the fool. And when you get those heavier archetypes, the fool often does come soon because you need some type of new opportunity to counterweigh what was coming up there. So yes, working on endurance, working on staying power, planning well in the third week, and existing in a metered and paced way. That's a good idea. Pacing yourself is going to be important in the whole of October, but also in respect to beginnings and what you're wanting to start over with, especially. So week number 4, Libra, Page of Swords reversed, rooted down by 4 of Swords. It's interesting how the camera distorted 4 of Swords a bit. It says to me that the resting phase does re-enter for a moment, but it's sort of signaling that the resting phase also can end during that time. Maybe you've had to rest on account of your health or on account of being overtaxed, overstressed, or coping from a breakup or something. It says to me that in that 4th week, you can honor a new type of rest. So maybe resting now involves nourishing your body, even if you're busy while you're doing that. Perhaps that's helping your bodily system to rest by having the proper nourishment, even if you're not, in bed. So finding new creative ways of resting and of healing is going to be important. A good time maybe to have a reading for those of you who want to gift yourself a nice birthday reading with me or any psychic that you like, or any type of counseling should be good during that time. Any type of spiritual or even like legal or psychological counseling, I feel to be supported, because it's going to be important for someone with an objective third-party view to advise you maybe in a very like logical way, new ways to cope and rest with things. So if you would like a reading with me, you can check the description box below and those links will be there. You can also email me. All of that is down there. But moving on with the reading, it's going to be good to, as you're finding these new ways of resting and coping, to not demand yourself too much speed, because I think a lot of the damage, if you're a Libra who feels damaged right now in any way, comes from being back and forth, being volatile with yourself. So you're like, all of a sudden you're going hard, you're pushing yourself really hard for like a whole day, and then you have to recuperate for 3 days because there's not really a pacing and there's not really a sense of working for yourself or supporting yourself. It's just a matter of achieving or accomplishing what you've set out to do. And that's like how you support yourself, by by not failing yourself or others you've committed to. It is time to commit to yourself in a new way, Libra, and to cool down, to really cool those burning energies down and enjoy a more paced way of living. Your central theme is indeed the 2 of Swords reversed, so you are seeing through the blindfold at this point in time. I would really coin that exactly as seeing through the blindfold and taking it off, of course, and letting your guard down. Because by this point in time, by like the end of October, I feel like you should have only around you the people that you trust, and you should have really been able to weed out anyone who is against you, or have been able to define the relationship in an appropriate way based on that. Honoring the throat chakra is going to be important. I keep losing my voice the more that I do your reading, so there's a sense of either having had to over vocalize or not having been able to say enough, so the voice starts to get weak. That should start to resolve. Maybe doing some research on the throat chakra Maybe looking into how you can heal the throat chakra will really help. You see, my words aren't even coming out now. And if you see in Two of Swords, she's like covering, like right at the throat, like that's where the crossing is happening. So it's like an unwillingness to speak the truth, or an unwillingness or fear of vocalizing the truth. And sometimes you can even do that to yourself, you know, especially when it becomes a habit or a pattern with other people. You start to also not vocalize the truth to yourself. So that, I'm so happy that that's in reverse for you, though. Very connected in with the devil reversed as well, because you're seeing through it and it's no longer appealing. Like that series of non-vocalization to yourself or others is no longer appealing to you. And I really sense you letting your guard down, saying what you need to say, and weeding out who or what isn't right for you, surrounding yourself with the right people, implementing a paced type of lifestyle, and coming out of this solar deposit time with so much more trust, energy, and vitality. Okay, Libras, short and simple, but really potent. I'm so happy for you. This is one of the best solar return times that you've had, even if you're having a bit of a trauma, which is not going to be likely. You know, check your sun, moon, rising sign. But if you are in that category, it puts you in the right place, and it puts you into the right wake-up call to where you can function more healthily. Anyway, much, much love. I'm so happy that this is your time of the year, and I really feel it's great for the rest of the zodiac. If you would like to click the center of the screen, you can check out my Patreon page if you would like to get these readings early and ad-free. You can also book a private reading with me there, and there are more appropriate links in the description box if you would like to follow me on social media to get other types of updates. I post general reading updates and small thoughts that I have about energies coming out on Twitter, if you would like to follow me there. And I'm also on Instagram. And your subscribes, likes, and comments here on YouTube really make a huge impact in how I function. And I really love to hear your feedback on what this energy was like for you. And it helps me so much if you like and comment and subscribe. Anyway, much love, and we will be talking soon, Libras. Bye.